பிடிச்ச செலிபிரிட்டியோட பிரியாணி சாப்பிடணுமா? உடனே முகப்பேர்ல இருக்க பிரியாணி ஹவுஸ்க்கு வாங்க.
Rockfort Paints.
Varisu has a very, very stylized look. Every outfit Vijay sir has worn in the film was handcrafted. That one song in Pushpa with 37 changes, not once okay did Allu Arjun say that no, I don't like this or I don't like that. Or Vijay sir was very happy with his casuals and his suits, and he liked wearing his waistcoats and shirts. Prakash Raj sir was super happy with his clothes, and he said that wow, I really like this, and where did you get it from and stuff. So yeah, I mean, really nice. Then the song costumes that we did for Rashmika, that was very exciting because each and everything was handmade, all the dresses. So yeah.
As far as Vijay sir is concerned, he is almost 46 or 47. For his age, he is always like an 18 years old student. So how fun it is to design clothes for him?
Well, I think Vijay sir has done a great job of maintaining himself and how he's been like from those days till now. And the kind of body he has his own style and swag, and very effortlessly he carries any outfit that is given to him. Yeah, so it's always great to be creating something new for him.
But when are you planning to work with Ajit sir?
I hope very soon. I'd love to work with him. He's great.
He's one of the stylish actors in Tamil.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to work with him.
Ranjitame song was a typical commercial song. How do you see this, ma'am? For example, if suppose a song is made in a shot in Switzerland or something like that, the song costumes, everything are completely different. It will be a different swag. As if suppose it's a set song like Ranjitame. That is a complete variation, right? How do you maintain these two in a single movie, for example?
Ranjitame, we did not go completely folk, or we did not go completely massy or local, but it was a balance between a modern kuthu kind of a thing. So yeah, I think that worked for that song.
Ma'am, did you work in Thi Talapati song also, the promo one?
Yes.
So you designed the clothes even for STR, right?
Not for him, but for Vijay sir and all the dancers and everything. For that I did, yes.
What did Vamsi sir tell you after seeing for example, you would have seen the complete movie, and after seeing that your costumes have made wonders here and there, did he say anything, something like that after watching the movie or after watching all your work, after shooting?
Shot Ranjitame, and it was a tough one to shoot. So after that, I was like, wow, I mean, this has turned out really nice. And he was like, this wouldn't have been possible without you.
Ma'am, as far as Varisu is concerned, how many artists would be there in the film? Since you were in charge in the costumes, right? The whole movie is under your control as far as costumes are concerned. Right. How many artists you would have designed?
I don't know, about 25, 26.
How Varisu happened, and what's the most exciting thing that you want to share about Varisu?
I usually only do about a couple of movies in a year because I like to work with different genres of film. And I take my time to pick a script. So after Pushpa, which is a very rural kind of a look, I wanted to do something which was more stylized and more fashion, because I like to give myself that break and work on different styles and different scripts of films. So that's when I got a call for Varis, and I signed up for that. And of course, it was a Vijay sir film. So that was even more exciting that I get to work with him again.
So you have done the costumes for all the artists in the movie?
Yes, for all the artists.
So if suppose Vamsi sir comes and asks you this is the scene and this is the scenario, how do you decide which is the best costume for each and every cast and crew member?
Well, it completely depends on the scene that we are doing. So based on that is what is decided costume wise, whether it's outdoor, indoor, what is the emotion, what is the need for the scene to really come out. So based on that is how we decide on costume and the look.
Suppose the stars or anyone, if they say that I'm not comfortable in this dress or something like that, do you prefer changing it, or no, you used to say that this is the best for this particular scene and I prefer this? Is there something like that?
No, I think it is most important that the artist has to be most comfortable. We cannot disturb the artist by giving them something where they're not comfortable in, or they feel that that is not them, and they feel that is somewhere in back of their mind it's disturbing them. So we definitely try to do what the artist is comfortable with. Of course, a scene requires certain kind of something and artist might say I'm not comfortable with this, so then we play with that and see what we can bring along where the requirement of the scene and the comfort of the artist is taken care.
As far as Rashmika ma'am is concerned, she is one of the stylish lady that the industry has, right? You have worked with her in Pushpa and now here. Pushpa was completely a different thing, and now you are going to show her as a glam doll or something like that. So how was the experience, and how did you maintain those variations between these two films?
So I have to give it to Rashmika because she is a person who can mold herself into any character. And she's so open and she's such pleasure to work with, you know, she's not that, okay, I think this is nice. She completely gives herself to the character and is willing to get into, you know, the root of that character and become that. Like even in Pushpa, completely de-glamorized, and you know, the kind of look I did for her, she did not complain even once about that. And whereas in this also, I mean, she's a glam doll and she carries it off gorgeously. So I have to say that she really adapts to any kind of character, and she has the kind of body with anything and everything suits her.
But how do you differentiate between those two extreme characters, ma'am? Pushpa was extremely, like, it was raw and rustic, and this is colorful. So how do you generally differentiate things between movies? Because even in Madrasapatnam, the look that you had with those actors are completely different, and you are able to do more commercial and art films in an equal manner. How do you maintain this in your career?
So it all depends on what is the need of the script, right? I mean, if we want someone who, say, is in a village and is someone who is working in the sun and who's working, you know, or compared to a person who has a kind of luxury life. So you will see that, you know, the skin tone is different, the kind of clothes material is different. So you always have to, basically costumes, okay, brings out the character of the finer details of the character. Okay, so in like that's why I just don't do costumes. I work on hair, makeup, and the entire look of the character, because just the costume being something, the hair is not matching with that, or the makeup is not. Like in Pushpa, Rashmika was like hardly any makeup on, except, you know, for her skin tone down. But other than that, for this film, it is needed for her to be slightly more stylish. She's, you know, a more modern girl. So based on that, depending on the script and what the requirement of the character is, we design the costumes.
But generally, there is a talk that designing costumes for commercial movies are much easier when compared to artistic movies. For example, Pushpa was a commercial movie, but still the plot was somethingly different. It's not an usual commercial movie. But as far as Varisu is concerned, it's a typical mass masala movie. So was Varisu easy, or like how it is?
If someone sees Pushpa and looks at the costumes there, and you're like, okay, what is the costume here? You know, it's a normal shirt, pant. But I think the fact that in a film like Pushpa, where costume is not taking away from the character, from the script, and when you see that character dressed like that, you're able to believe that this is a person who is working in a forest, okay, who's wearing these kind of clothes, and it doesn't look like, oh, he's working in a forest and probably he's gone and shopped in Zara or something like that, you know. So the character has to belong in his surrounding, okay. So that is what was the need of Pushpa, okay. Whereas Varisu has a very, very stylized look. It's a very suits, and you know, it's a very, very stylized look. So it's not only about, nothing is easy, okay. We basically have to justify the character and what the character is playing, okay, the emotions, the identity of a person, okay, that is what the clothes speak.
But how do you handle criticism?
People who have to talk will talk. Okay, but as a designer, I know that each and every outfit which Vijay has worn in the film was handcrafted, was hand stitched. Okay, and nothing that we did for him, especially when suits are concerned, okay, was something which was off the shelf. Okay, so if someone thinks that they can get something off the shelf, it's not possible. Like I said, I mean, you just take criticism with a pinch of salt, but we know what went through, and if they can try and get the same look, well, they can try it.
Exactly. Well said. But you were saying that all the suits and everything were stitched.
Absolutely.
you do this only for this particular movie, or this is your style of working?
This is my style of working. I really enjoy creating my own outfits. I avoid going to a store and picking up stuff because I think that probably some other person might wear the same thing. And I want my stars to be unique. I want people to look at their clothes and say, oh, we want that, and they need to aspire to get that outfit, which is not going to be available anywhere. I get a lot of mails from people saying that, oh, Vijay sir has worn this in this thing, where can we get it, or can you please arrange for us, and things like that. So I like to create my outfits.
But if suppose someone asks you where are these costumes are, and how do, like, how, if suppose I'm asking you how can I get these costumes, do you say this like, okay, you can get that, get this one from here or something like that?
You can't really, because I mean everything, like I said, everything that is sourced is unique, you know. Even for Sharad sir, for Sham, for everyone in the film, each and every outfit was handcrafted. I mean, it was not picked up from the shelf. We made each and every suits, and each and every look was thought after and created.
But what is the difference between doing a movie for a star and doing a movie for a newcomer?
When it comes to a star, you know that with every outfit, you're making a style statement, because there is such a huge fan following, right? And they are waiting to see something new on their favorite star, and they want to copy that. So you obviously have to keep in mind that you don't want to do something which has been done before, you know, or they have tried before. Okay, so you're always trying to come out with a new style or a new design, okay, which will give something new for the fans to look out for, you know. And I guess with newcomers, experimenting, okay, becomes fun, because you can try anything that you want to, you know. You can experiment with different outfits and different looks, because there is not a mold already set for them, okay, that okay, we like this artist in this kind of thing. There's no mold, so you can style any which way you want.
But as far as Varisu is concerned, whom do you think was the most tough to convince in terms of costumes? Like, they were like too choosy, no, I'm not interested in wearing this, or like I always prefer this type of things, this cloth or something like that.
I don't think I've ever really faced problems like that. I mean, my directors and my artists totally trust me. I'm grateful for that.
We see a movie as a whole thing, and we don't look into those technical aspects or the costumes or all those things. We see a movie as a movie. But how important a costume is for a film?
Costume makes the lifeline of a script. I mean, it describes each and every character. If someone is playing a student in a film and suddenly you give him like corporate clothes, is he going to look like a student? No. So you know what the character is, and it is very important to think about what costume that person wears, because only then all the characters will come together. You know, the attitude, the perception of that character, everything will come together. So, I mean, I think all departments play equal role in a film. You know, art direction, I mean, without them. So, all of us work towards whatever the director's vision is, and to fulfill that. And yeah, so similarly, to bring out the character in a film, okay, because costumes, hair, makeup, okay, and that's, like I said, I like to work in totality with the whole thing, not just costumes, but I'm always involved in this is the hairstyle and this is the makeup, because that is going to define the character, okay. If you're going to try and say that the character is like, okay, for instance, a cop in Kati, right, and a student in Nanban, okay. Now, if that was interchanged, how will the seriousness of this cop in Kati come through if he was dressed up like a teenager or a young person? So to bring out that character of the person, costumes, I think, is very important.
Ma'am, you had worked with many stars from South and North, everything. Whom do you think is the most, like, if I'm going to give this clothes, he's not going to speak even a word and he's going to wear and come? Whom do you say that? Which star is like that?
I don't think I can give you a specific name like that, You know, every star has his own likes and dislikes. And most of the time, I don't think I have gone through stuff like this. Even in Pushpa, I mean, we must have done that one song in Pushpa, which was, we had like about 37 changes. Yeah, and not once, okay, did Allu Arjun say that, no, I don't like this, or I don't like that, or, I mean, I really can't remember any moment when I have faced a problem like that.
As far as South Indians are concerned, we are very much concerned about the veshti and the shirt, you know. You would have seen that. Is there anything like that in this movie? For example, Vijay sir wearing a dhoti or something like that.
Be there on 12th of Jan, watch the movie. You're in for lots and lots of surprises and good surprises.
உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்ச செலிபிரிட்டியோட பிரியாணி சாப்பிடணுமா? உடனே முகப்பேர்ல இருக்க பிரியாணி ஹவுஸ்க்கு வாங்க.
Rubilux Rockfort Paints.